Hi, and welcome to a conversation today between myself, Robin Holland, and author Maura Torkildson on a subject called Finally an Author. I'm Robin Holland, CEO of Robin Holland Consulting, and we're talking today with Maura Torkildson, author, intuitive healer, and creative coach. I am a Spark Your Message business coach, and because I like to have fun in my work, I like to call myself a Sparketer. Maura published her first novel in 2015, and she's going to give us a few tips today about writing yours. And so stick with us to the end because Maura has a little surprise to offer. And this will only take about 15 minutes. So Maura, let's see that book. Woohoo! How's it feel holding your own published book in your hands?
You know what? I have to tell you, it feels great. I love it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And Maura, was there a time where you didn't imagine that could have happened?
Absolutely. It took me about 5 years to write this book, and so there was lots of times when I felt like it just wasn't going to happen, but I made it happen.
Yay! So
Yay.
I understand that you're a seasoned visual artist. Why did you decide to expand into writing?
You know, it was something that I always wanted to do. I'm a reader, so I love reading, and I love reading fiction. I read both fiction and nonfiction. And I read a lot of books. I love to read fantasy, so my book is a fantasy. And I always felt like, well, no, they didn't quite get the magic right. So I just decided to do it for myself. Plus, you know, the real reason was because I was called to do it. So I like to say, in a lot of ways, this book was channeled. The message came through me. I mean, of course, there's pieces of me in there, but a lot of it was channeled, and I didn't even know where it was going sometimes. And the ending was a complete surprise to me.
Wow. So was that hard to do, Maura?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I think, you know, the hard part was just believing in myself. And then when I finally made the commitment, the belief came along with that, and I filled my life with people to support me around the project.
Cool. Yeah. I noticed that you also you mentioned that you used oracle cards in that process as well.
Yes. I use the oracle cards. I have Brian Froud's fairy oracle cards. I actually have about 5 different decks, but these always tell me the truth whether I want to see it or not. And I have a relationship with the cards, so to me, the fairies and the cards are actually real. They speak to me. So they prod me too.
Wow. So do you use so are you now helping people to write books?
Yeah, so I'm actually trained as a coactive coach. And I love to help women trust themselves and trust their muse. So I know what that's like, going through this process of learning to trust your inner guidance. And I feel like I finally gotten to a place where I trust that. Now part of my job is to help other women do that. So I know you're out there. There are women out there that are divinely inspired who are questioning that inspiration, kind of with the question of who am I to think that I'm the one that's supposed to do this? And my message to you is you are the one. If you've got the message inside you and it's been poking you to come out, what else do you need? You are the one.
Cool. So what do you have? Do you have a tip for aspiring writers?
Yeah, actually, and this comes from my own experience, and it sounds so simple, but the reality is just sit down and write. So I like to look at that resistance that we all face when we're doing something that we really want to do. There's still resistance, so that's normal. And it's like pushing through the gate into your inner garden. And sometimes that gate's a little bit rusty because you haven't been using it. But all you really need to do is push through. And oh, by the way, G. Habia here is poking at me because he has something that he wants to say about this. Now, G. Habia is the guardian at that gate, and don't tell him he doesn't look quite as scary as he thinks he is. You know, he has a job to do, actually, and that's to ask you, do you really want to go in to your garden and play? And, you know, he really wants you to go in there. But you do have to get past him. So help him with his job and push through and just right.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you also, I thought you had another card too that helped you.
Well, actually, they all help me. So, you know, it just kind of depends on the day, but I do have another fairy here who's poking at me, and this is Penelope Dreamweaver, and she's inspiration. She loves to see people listen to their inspiration and actually take action on it. So she's there to sprinkle that fairy dust on you so that your inspiration comes through, and she definitely wants you to just sit down and write. That's what she's saying. It'll come through. Trust your process. Trust me, she says. I'll be there to support you.
Wow, that is it's so inspiring. I just love how you weave the cards in, Maura. It's so cool.
Well, so, you know, the book is really about that longing for magic, and I finally realized that I needed to listen to that longing and follow it. And that's when magic started to open up in my life. That's when the fairies started to speak to me. That's when the story started to come through. And it sounds so simple, but that's the truth. And it's also a journey. So it's a journey into moving deeper and deeper into your relationship with your inner guidance and trusting it more. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, we want to make this really short, and we're at that time where I think it's time for the surprise.
Yeah. So actually, let me just shift my screen here, share my screen, actually, so that anybody out there watching this can see that I actually do have an offer for women out there who know they have a divine message to put out there, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, and you're struggling with writing. And so I already gave you the tip today, but I also have an offer for you. So there's a special going on that I'm really excited about. I'm giving Finally an Author Oracle Card Guidance Sessions, and during the session we consult with the cards about your book project, but it's more than that. So if you go get a tarot reading, you get a reading, but with me you actually get a lot more. You get the coaching with it, and I coach you around what comes up in the reading, and together we build some clarity, and you get in touch with your inspiration, and together we come up with some action steps to get you writing. So here's why I'm so excited, because normally I charge about $150 per hour to spend with me. But if you schedule with me and use the offer code up here on the screen, so you see where it says special offer code, Robin Spark, then I am practically giving this away for $45. And I'm doing that because I'm really excited about helping other people. And so if you have a book inside you that's been waiting to come out, I have a question for you. Are you going to die with that book still in you?
Oh my gosh, that speaks to me. I think it speaks to a lot of people who are carrying around something that they are feeling prodded about, but maybe a little bit nervous to bring out. So,
and that's normal. The resistance is normal. But if you're one of those people where the answer to that question was no, I'm not going to die with this book inside me, then give me a call or send me an email so you see my contact information up there on the screen. And let's have a conversation and get an Oracle card guidance session set up.
that would be great to do. Maura, let's see your face again. I just want to tell everybody that my personal experience is as a partner with Maura in a professional mastermind group. I have had the benefit of her expertise on many occasions, and I can't give her a higher endorsement. Definitely take advantage of this offer.
Thank you, Robin. And I want to add, too, that being in a mastermind team with Robin has been wonderful because, you know, one of my skill sets is really not about the message. And she's helped me so much to get my message out there and put it in a way where it really fits with my passion and it sparks other people, too. So she's a great sparketer.
Thank you. So I think with that, we're going to say goodbye until next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.